All right, so on the, let me look here real quick. Study guide material. Wrong thing. Oh, I may have some stuff to get back. I'm sorry. I don't want to forget this because I really only got one more day to hand things back to you. So this was something I gave back whenever you were out. Just stay there, I'll bring it to you. Let's see, I got this. All right. These were your last cobble quizzes. Alex, Isaac, Matthew, and what I almost erased here on the board. Do want to erase this. This is actually pretty important for us. Actually important for anyone learning any language. But this only works for German now. This is just the regular verb, lernen, probably on that list we just had. And look at that, I'm taking the older kids to this also. I'd like to go through it again, but I will. But everyone's get it. They were struggling with it. They got it. All right. They remember. Oh, yeah, that.
Did you ever teach on a chalkboard?
I did.
Do you prefer chalkboards over whiteboards?
I like chalk. Although my blazer was all like, I could like tap my blazer like that at the end of the day, and it was like dust would just like.
Yeah, I don't think it's very good for your bone.
Huh?
Is it easier to write on a whiteboard though? That's resistance. It's like more.
I feel like I could be more precise on the chalkboard because there's more of a texture to it, kind of. Whereas this kind of like slides. I don't know. I feel like I wrote more clearly on a chalkboard. Does that make sense? Like you can feel like the surface of the chalkboard.
Yeah.
It's like I type better on a keyboard than I do on my phone. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at it, but that's. Do you? Yeah, well, see, I think it maybe. Yeah, when I first started teaching here, they had all chalkboards. And then we went to the whiteboards, and then we went to these, and then I don't know how many teachers are really using these for what they're made for, but I don't really do it, but these smart board things. But some teachers do, I'm sure. You can attempt to, but good luck. Let's see if we got our. But some teachers do, I'm sure. Oh, that's not. Okay, well, he's not logged in yet. All right, well, let's pull up this, let me get back to where I was. This information on our study guide. So everyone understands that the exam is worth more, right? It's worth 200 points. Discuss that. So this is a good practice test. Well, I don't know. I do it by total points, so I don't know what it would, but it's a pretty good chunk though. There's probably a way to go in here and find out what the total points are, but yeah. I mean, we've had two tests worth 100 each so far. So it's equal to those two tests put together. But then you start adding up all these 20-point and 30-point assignments. Those, of course, add up real quickly. All right, so the thing I'm going to pull up here from the study guide is the 1B test. I think the one I just gave you back, actually, is the 1B, or it's from that same chapter at least. That's actually probably a different test. Would you get the lights for me, please? And if you don't have it, if you don't want to, or if you don't want to pull it up, it's the second to the last link in the study guide section of the exam announcement. That's not it. That's a whole different class right there. And that's German 3, obviously. Here we go. All right. List 4 things or people you see in each picture. So here's the picture. Can you see that? Okay, so what do we got here? Das Fenster, das Globus, das Globus. What was the second one? Der Stuhl. What else? Der Tisch. I see 1, 2. Der Bleistift. Oop. I see that. Das Buch und das Heft. What else? Die Tafel. Okay, that's a pretty good list, right? How many do I want here? 4. You guys did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 things. I think we got it. Yeah, what else would it be? Maybe, again? Das Foto. I don't know if I have the word, but der Schrank, a cabinet. I don't think we have that word. Der Tafellappen. Up here. I think that's a eraser. Die Uhr. I didn't maybe show that. Die Uhr. That would be about everything. Huh? Okay, good. Here we got another one here. What do we got in this picture? Die Tafel, Studenten und der Student. Who's this here? Die Lehrerin. She has long hair. We call that a woman. Or if you said die Professorin, I don't know. Also got a Das Globus over here. We've got a Fenster, das Fenster. They're not sitting at table and chairs. How are they sitting? Right, what do we call those? Schulbank, die Schulbank. Let me see if I'm missing anything here. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's go on. Right sentences, we only use the verb haben here with what I give you. So if I said Herr Weaver and der Schreibtisch, using the verb haben, the answer would be Herr Weaver hat den Schreibtisch. Let me highlight that one. Hat den, oh, I got these all filled in already. That's good for you though, isn't it? Well, I'll try to make it more difficult on you. Aha. Maybe you've already captured this on your, okay. We didn't go over this already, did we? This must be one. All right. Here we go. So Frau Halvey, you know who Frau Halvey is? Who knows Frau Halvey? Miss Halvey. You know her? Okay. So Frau Halvey and das Handy. Now Frau Halvey and I are friends. We actually went to high school together. But I'm a man, she's a woman. But grammatically speaking, it works the same way. If we say Herr Weaver hat den Schreibtisch, we'd say Frau Halvey. What's the verb? It's right here. Hat, just like, that's what I mean. Hat, that's handy. Now the only reason that mine, see here it said der Schreibtisch right there. And why did it change to den Schreibtisch when we put it in a sentence? Masculine and? Can't hear you? This is very important that everyone understands this. Why did it change to den Schreibtisch? It's accusative. It's the direct object. It's what Herr Weaver has. This is also accusative. Das Handy in this sentence. It's also, but if you look at the chart, das doesn't change. Das says das as it goes from nominative to accusative. So it didn't have to, but if it was a masculine word, you have to change it to den. If it was the, and what does accusative mean? What part of speech is that? Grammatically, what part of speech is it? When we talk about accusative, what am I talking about? Anyone? Direct objects. So it's the what. I take the verb has and say, Frahalvi has. Frahalvi has what? And if there's an answer, and there is, das Handy, that's the DO. Herr Weaver has what? Den Schreibtisch. If there's an answer, and there is, that's the DO. Ask the question what of the verb. Has what? Has what? Well, these are all going to be about having. I asked you to use only the verb haben in all these. Let's try another one like that. Here we go. Blank. Well, let's go on. Would be the form of haben here. Hat again. Hat. Now we've got der. So if he has something, whatever that thing is, has got to be accusative. It's got to be DO. Den Computer. Why is it den? Because it's accusative. Because it's a DO. Jawohl. Hat den Computer. Everyone understand that? Or actually, are you remembering it? We certainly spent a lot of time on this. Ich. Now we got to change haben around a little bit. Ich habe. I don't have to change die Flagge to anything. Die stays die. Don't let me trick you. Does die say die? Yes. Very good. Sehr gut. Ich habe die Flagge. What about ihr with haben? Ihr habt. Den Kuli. Why den? It's the DO, and it's accusative. Der changes to den when we take it to that case, or that not tense, but case. Ihr habt den Kuli. Oh, here was another one. Du. What's the form? It's a little bit irregular here. Hast. And not der Stift, but den Stift. You have the marker. Du hast den Stift. Heidi und das Zeugnis. Heidi hat. Does it not change? Das stays das? You are correct. Only der changes. Only masculine words cause the problem. Heidi hat das. What's the Zeugnis? You remember? I think you know what a Handy and a computer and a Flagge and a Kuli and a Stift are. What's a Zeugnis? What's an Ergebnis? Yeah, or good. Could be like a test score, could be a game score, but a Zeugnis is a report card. So Heidi hat das Zeugnis. Let's go on. How many people is this? Der Lehrer und der Schuldirektor. Okay, you want to take a guess what a Schuldirektor is? What do we call that? Headmaster, principal, yeah. So two people. So what would haben? And does it stay das Ergebnis? We got to change it any. They have the results or the score. Good. Der Lehrer und der Schuldirektor haben. Why is it full form? Because it's plural subject. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just giving away answers here. Whoa. Here we go. It's like it never happened. All right. Thomas ist intelligent. Make that into a question, please. Ist Thomas. Guys, I'm gonna question your intelligence if you don't get 100% on this section on the test. I will say, oh, ist nicht so intelligent. And I may say it aloud in class. I don't know. It just depends. Sylvia hat eine deutsche Flagge. Yeah, that's more complicated. You guys got it. Hat Sylvia eine deutsche, what's eine deutsche Flagge? Not, careful now. Hat Sylvia eine deutsche Flagge? Ist, making questions now, ist Thomas intelligent? Ich bin Augsburger. Again? Bin ich, am I. What's an Augsburger? Take a guess. Nein? Hamburger is a hamburger. So this is similar to a hamburger. Not a food though. A person from Augsburg, right? Yeah, and Augsburg is Right, right there. Augsburg. Bin ich Augsburger? Ja, du bist Augsburger. Du hast die Klimaanlage. I just asked Abby to shut it off. Well, it's actually the air conditioner, but hast du die Klimaanlage? That's right. Klima, like climate, that's where it comes from. Das die Klimaanlage? Question mark. Good. Wir sind die Amerikaner. One more time. Sind, yeah. Are we the Americans? Right, this is when you really lose your mind. Are they saying that we're American? Right. There's actually I reveal a lot about myself within the. Don't read too much into it unless you think I need help of some sort. Then please.
Does Klimaanlage have 3 A's in it, or is it
It has 3 A's altogether. Yeah, there's a syllable break here, Klima, and then Anlage.
okay.
An Anlage is like a, yeah, I don't know what to translate Anlage on its own, but it's like a setup or maybe a device or something like that. But even like at a playground, like if it has like swings and slides and all that, they call all the stuff the Anlage. Equipment, maybe? Equipment might be a good. So climate equipment. Air conditioner is kind of a funny word too, if you think about it. Like you're conditioning the air, but it doesn't ever get conditioned because it keeps having to be cooled over and over again. Like a dog learns to come at the sound of a bell eventually. The air just keeps coming in hot if it never gets conditioned. This is like the whole act that I do at night. Yeah, it's a good one. People like it. They're drinking though, but they're having a good time with it though. That's the only difference here. Let me take out some of these things here. I'm like, gosh, I'm giving away answers all over the place. Let's just, okay, you're watching me do this, I know. All right, so here we have some mixed up ones. Maybe some haben, some sein. Sein is what? And it includes words and conjugated like ich, bin, du, and ist. Asking about sein still. That means I am, you are, he is. What about ihr? All of you, seid. Guys, we're still trying to go to haben. Talking about sein. Haben, though, you're already on haben, aren't you? Ich, du. Okay, anyone else? What about ihr? Habt. Yeah, hat, okay. So here, the first one I want you to say, use sein, and it's the formal you. So sie, what form of sein does it get? I can't hear you. No. Sind. Sounds like a T, maybe. And what are you? You are freundlich. What's that mean? You're friendly. Sie sind freundlich. What about wir and haben eine Klasse? This might be pretty easy. Wir. What form of haben does wir get? Full verb haben, and what do we have? Eine Klasse. Look, you just copied it down. Wir haben eine Klasse. Melanie, one girl, one person, and the verb sein, and here. So Melanie, that much I know for sure we're going to use. What form of sein am I going to use? Nine. It's just one person. Ist. Where is she? Here. Sie, this one means they. Oh, I'm sorry. That means she. And with haben, what form? Sie, and what? Let's go with haben. Hat. What does she have? What's einen Freund? Is he a guy or a girl? Freund. Einen Freund. It's a guy. Yeah, so it could be a boyfriend. I don't know, but doesn't matter. Sie hat einen Freund. It's a guy who's a friend. Ich, and now the verb to be again, im Unterricht. So let's. Ich bin im Unterricht. What im Unterricht mean? in class, I think. Yeah, Unterricht is like a lesson or your time for a class. So if you say I'm in, ja, aber ich bin im Unterricht, that would be I'm in class, yeah?
Permission to re-punch the hole for the pen on the masculine, the feminine nominative plural chart thing.
Okay, now what do you want to do? Oh, you want to push the pin in?
Yes.
Go ahead, I just noticed that.
Yeah, do you know how terrifying it is when you have like a large poster the size of this fall down in the middle of the night onto you?
I do not know.
It's fantastic.
Is it? Well, it's okay if the tacks don't go down your throat, I guess so. Okay, what do we got? I see the word 24. What's that number?
That is.
Ah, it's like the reverse.
24.
24. This is like the reverse what I do on the quizzes. What about fear? What about 97? 97. Rua left it there. Now, can we tell what 14 is? Going the other way. 14. Here's how you spell it. V-I-E-R, and the word for 10. Sane. Right here. Sieben, all one word. Don't separate these words. I know they're independent words, but put them all together. 27, all one word. What's this word here? 15. Do I need an umlaut letter? What letter do I need? U with the dot. Sounds like old McDonald. Dot here and a dot there. What about 30? Can be a weird one. How do I spell it? With this B called an S set, like that. Grab it right there. Dreißig. Work. So see how these are mixed up a little bit. Go the one way, German to numerals in English, I guess, and then numerals to writing it out in German. Right, it's just important to know how to go both ways with that. Okay. Well, we can do these already. What's this one here? 16. What's this one here? 29. Good. What's this one? I can't get away with it. What is it? 40. This one here? 23. This one here? 19. This one? 2. Well, guys, that would be the test. That was the 1B test right there from last year, I think. I don't. Uh-oh. Does it? Look at that. Must have fallen off the page, unless it's over here. No. It got edged out by, I don't know how that messed up. Oh, well. Okay. What do you guys think, huh? Are we going to do okay? Yeah? That's not for you guys. What parts do you not know? Tell me what you think, what you feel like you don't know as well. I'm not trying to add more stuff on. I'm just trying to think. Are we okay on this? This is from this last chapter. How to verbs and subjects like that. Now, guys, I really recommend that. I notice there's some hesitancy about this verb sein. You want to make it something else. And it makes sense you want to make it something else because it doesn't look like itself when it gets used. Here's the verb. Look at lernen. Look how beautifully it looks like lernen all the way through. It has some resemblance. It's like lernen gave birth to children, and they all look like lernen. They're a little different, but they look a lot like lernen. Oh, your kids all look just like you, lernen. Oh, here's my son, Lerna, and my daughter, Leernst, and then my other son, Lernen, the second, of course, and here's my daughter, Lernt. But Zein's like adopted children. Yeah, they couldn't have kids, and they adopted kids. Fine, that's great. Sein, and oh, here's my son Ben, and my daughter Bist, and my stepson Zent, and then my stepdaughter Ist. Right. Oh, and my wife Zeit. Okay. Look, I mean, this gets as close as you get really to the spelling of Sein. S-A-I-E-D. But Ben and Vist and Ist don't look much like the dad, do they? Or the mom, or whoever. Okay? So that's why it's weird. So what I'm saying is with Haben and Zayin, just make those like a whole separate kind of, because even Haben is slightly irregular, nothing like this though. This is the most irregular verb. You've got a Habe, that's normal. Look at Leona. But then all of a sudden you drop the B, do hast, and then you got Sie haben, fine. But then you've got hat. So here and here, you've dropped the B out of the spelling. So kind of remember these separately, okay? Like just learn these two. But with all the other verbs we had in this last chapter, what else? I mean, lernen and kommen and gehen and all those that were on that Quizlet. Those all follow this pattern right here. These have got to come do their own thing. Zayin especially. So there'll be a lot about this, all right? So you can see on the practice test, there'll be quite a bit about these things, and then the regular verbs too. So that's the weakness, not weakness. That's the weakness I see. There you go. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. Like giving a bunch of players that are gonna lose a bad pep talk in the locker room. But you're not gonna lose though. All right. Okay. What else? What else is the vocab stuff sounds pretty good to me. Like you guys seem to let me pull up well, internet's been a little slow today. Especially on there we go.
Yeah, Google's having outage issues.
Where are they? They're just not allowed to do that. That doesn't work out well. Let's go back a little bit here. Okay. Yeah, this is what we did yesterday. I'm not going to drag you back. But here, more vocab from the first chapter, right? Schulbank, right? Okay, there's a word bank here for those, so you wouldn't be too in the dark on. I was trying to think yesterday what was okay. So some of these conversational things. Everyone okay with that? What do you say in response? Hallo, ich bin George. Hallo. You can copy a lot of that, right? Ich bin Alex, yeah, or ich heiße Alex. You want to make it a little different? Guten Tag, wie geht's? I think that was a little slow on the yesterday. Gut, sehr gut, nicht so gut, sehr, bis morgen, fine. Talk more formally to Herr Kohlmann. Tschüss. Okay, we did these already. There's the verb with sein. More with sein. Look at all these. The sein kids are really odd, aren't they? I think they adopted those kids. That's the whisper. What? They're adopted. They don't look like their parents. Sind und ist. It's good. I'm glad they got adopted. Okay, I didn't do anything with that, but that's all right. Yeah, let's do one more thing here. So we're not dropping the ball on anything because we had that was pretty much all 1A and 1B. But if we go to, let's say a word about, yeah, I think it might have already. We'll see what kind of thing they would have gone to. Okay, I gotta do this again. Yeah, that's why they keep doing that. All right, thank you. Let's just look and see. I want to make sure we're not forgetting anything from the chapter that we just did to 2A. Oh, Adobe Flash is taking its time. Hmm. Hmm. What's up? Well, that's weird. Maybe they're taking a day off already. Let's go this way then. Good. Okay. Oh, how we about the question words? Wo, wie, was, wer. Mm-hmm. Yes. Maybe. Telling time. Well, dates we'll get later. What about time? Okay. Feel like we spent a lot of time on that. All right. Okay, I got a little bit of time. Let me just show you this. This is another video from this chapter. It's a bit informational, and it's let me share the screen here with, well, I got to pull it up first. Sorry.
Will we ever find out what happened to Muzzy, the
Yes, of course. My gosh, Muzzy.
praying organism?
Isn't that weird? Yeah, that is weird. We just don't know. Now, this is a video about a university, and there's actually like 4 universities in Berlin. And this is the Technische Universität. I don't know what to equate it to, something like a polytechnical school. They teach everything. I don't know. I knew somebody who was learning language there too. So they're like MIT. There's a big German department at MIT. It's not all about, physics and astronauts there.
Dass sie eine altehrwürdige Universität ist, sieht man nur von hinten. Nach vorn präsentiert sie sich modern, schmucklos und sachlich, die Technische Universität Berlin. 4 Unis hat die Stadt zu bieten, die TU ist die zweitälteste. Schon 1884 wird hier gelehrt und gelernt. Heute ist sie eine internationale Spitzenadresse auf dem Weg zur Elite-Universität. An den 7 Fakultäten streben über 27.000 Studenten nach akademischen Titeln, 20% kommen aus dem Ausland. Neben Bachelor- und Masterabschlüssen bietet die TU als einzige in Berlin auch Ingenieurabschlüsse an. Mathematik, Physik und Chemie gehören zu den Schwerpunkten. Interdisziplinäre Forschungsteams sollen helfen, die technischen Probleme der Zukunft optimal zu lösen. Stolz ist man auf die 80 Millionen Euro, die die Wirtschaft in die zukunftsträchtigen Forschungsprojekte investiert, darunter Unternehmen wie Siemens oder die Deutsche Telekom. Wir haben die Ideen für die Zukunft, heißt der Leitspruch, den man sich auf die Fahne geschrieben hat.
That was it, huh? All right. That was longer than that. Oops. Yeah, this got some old buildings like this one, and then there's the...
Dass sie eine altehrwürdige Universität ist, sieht man nur von hinten. Nach
Here's the newer part.
vorn präsentiert sie sich
I say newer,
modern,
like post-World War II newer. Right? Gotta be careful what you call new, because pre-Columbian is new sometimes too. Okay, guys, what do you think, man? Just gonna kind of tie it all together tomorrow. I don't know what else. I taught you all I know about this. How much can you say about to be and to have, Numbers, time. I guess you could talk about time for a long time.
What's the strangest thing you've ever seen in one of your trips to Germany?
That's a tough one. Because I take kids from Kasha a lot of times. So the strangeness can get strange. Well, do you mean like just like weird stuff like on the street, like,
Yeah.
or do you mean like things people have done, or okay? Well, this would, I don't know if it's the strangest thing, but I did come out of the subway one time, and I was looking around, and there was like a whole film crew standing around me, like lights and big boom mics and everything. And I look over, and there's this actor that I recognize. Did I tell you this already? There's like an actor, and they're like filming like what turns out was a TV show, you know. And and of course somebody like shushed me away like that, you know. They want me like, but what they expect? I mean, I'm coming out of the subway, and all of a sudden there's like lights everywhere. And so I sit across the street and watch them film for a while. Then I figure out who the guy was. He was in Inglourious Bastards, and he was in Downfall, and he was in Valkyrie, also a movie with Tom Cruise. You ever see that movie? Nobody? It's about this attempt to assassinate Hitler. It's a true story. And the actor who played, that was the guy. I was like, I recognize that guy. But you see a lot if you know. Not even. You see people that are famous in Germany, because Berlin's kind of the go-to place, you know, the hip place to be. So you see people occasionally. I don't know. That doesn't sound so weird, but one time it snowed in June. That was interesting. Yeah, that can happen. Yeah. That's a good question, because I think I've seen a lot of weird things. But one time I was in a restaurant with some people that I knew, and this bus kept coming by, and it would stop and it let these people out. Like, I was watching out the window of the restaurant, and I kept I feel like I was having like Groundhog Day or deja vu, you know, like I kept watching the same couple get off this bus and do the exact same thing and then walk away. And then about 5 minutes later, they would do it again. They came back. And I felt almost like I was going crazy for a minute, for more than a minute. And I finally asked these people I was with who was in Berlin. I said, this might sound weird, but this couple's gotten in and out of that bus, or out of the bus 7 times now. And the same bus keeps pulling up, dropping them off. They talk for a minute, they hug, and then they walk off. And then they come back again on the same bus. And the guy said, oh, they're filming a movie outside. So I got on the sidewalk, and out of view from where I could see, there was again, another lighting setup and a film crew. They were just doing the same scene just over and over and over again, just shooting it over and over. I was like, just where I was sitting, I could only see basically I could see what you would see if you watched it on the screen, you know, the window was if I stepped back, I could step back about 10 feet, I could have seen everything else that was going on there behind, and they kept doing it over and over and over. But oh well. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be thinking about that one. It's a good question. And plus, I got to run it by the school's attorneys and stuff. Some of these things, these Kasha kids, you know. Huh. Never had anyone really get in trouble before, like legal, police trouble. That's good.
But this really grumpy customs official in Austria who was trying to make us. I don't know why, because you think a customs official wouldn't want someone in the country, but they were making it really hard for us to leave Austria.
To leave Austria?
Yeah.
Huh. No, I don't know. Now you could ask your uncle Matthew, right? Matt, that's your uncle, right?
Yeah.
You could ask him. He and I had some little adventures. I told you I got locked in a cemetery one time. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Then I ran into that guy later who was there and asked me what time they closed. That was weird. Kind of creepy too. He has what? Yeah. Yeah, I think he went to Germany at least once. Maybe he went twice with me. I don't know. I had this one student, this girl kept telling me that her family wasn't feeding her. They didn't have any food in the house. And I said, well, are they going out to eat? Or are you just not there? Or she said, no, they're not feeding me. I can't live there anymore. Well, I knew where they lived. They lived like in the nicest. They lived in the Utica Square area of Berlin, right? Multi-million dollar. I mean, the property is a lot more expensive. The property is more expensive than the houses, actually. That's how much it's worth. I mean, they live in these multi-million dollar homes. So I'm like, the idea of them not having food in the house just didn't make sense, right? And so finally, we agreed to move her to a different family. We just didn't know what the problem was, and apparently she just wasn't happy, but we moved her, and when we were leaving, she was kind of hugging this family. It was kind of awkward, actually, and she said, well, maybe sometime I can come over for dinner. And the teacher, we went, but they don't have any food, though. What do you... Why would you come back over for dinner? This is why we're moving you. Oh, well. Turns out she just wanted to live closer to town, Yeah, they were feeding her. They were the nicest people, and the husband was like an architect, and the woman or the wife was like a really well-known photographer. And they had enough money for groceries. So that wasn't a problem. What's that? No, we already had her packed up. I mean, we moved her to where we planned on moving her to. But I just wanted to just about grab her by the throat around that time, Like, what's wrong with you? What do you mean, come over for dinner? All right, sir. I'm cutting you off.